तू मत देखना तो समझेगा कि कोई नहीं है तो नहीं है. Okay, 0 people watching. I'm gonna wait for a couple of minutes before we start. And like, if in those 2 minutes nobody's gonna join, I'll just delete the stream. What else can I do? Wait, one person watching. Two Ashram? Okay. So we have one person joined in now. 2 people joined in. Great. So if I am properly audible, just let me know with a thumbs up. The video quality is gonna be bad. That's just how it is. The internet is working perfectly all right. So if I am audible, just leave a thumbs up in the live chat so I know that it's working properly. Okay. So as you can see from my message, we'll be talking about the UEFA Super Cup, um, a few transfers, just one person left now. Okay, great. 3 people, great. So as you can see from my message, we'll be talking about the UEFA Super Cup match between Bayern and Sevilla. A few transfers: Skriniar, Telles, Sancho, Ovar, Party. Hi Sudhanshu. Am I audible? Just like let me know if there's a problem with the audio. The video, well, it's gonna suck throughout the entire stream because of the webcam. Perfect. Okay, great. The Balenciaga boots, for those of you who do not know, Balenciaga have released around, I think, there's just one boot in 3 different colors, basically black, white, and red is what I've seen. And like it's priced around 600 pounds or something. And like, there was this really interesting discussion I was having about the Balenciaga boots with my friends. And we looked at the features. It's basically a crap boot. It's one striking feature of the Balenciaga boots is that you can wear it or convert it into a normal Balenciaga shoe. That's all it is. It's gonna cost you 600 bucks, pounds, obviously not rupees. Obviously not, yeah. I mean that's pretty self-explanatory. 600 pounds is the price. It's gonna burn a hole in your pocket. People were saying that, I mean jokingly, that Neymar should have been made the brand ambassador. Who cares? I mean, why would you want to buy a 600-pound boot that's not gonna perform as well? I mean, if you want to buy a good quality leather boot, might as well go for Nike, Puma, Adidas, or the best leather boot manufacturer, Mizuno. Alright, that's the Balenciaga boot thing we've covered. Awards. So, not just the player of the year, we obviously have the defender of the year, goalkeeper of the year. Hype beast is Abhay. Yeah, bro. Um, okay. I'm just gonna have a look at the UEFA awards that we have. I definitely had taken a screenshot. I'm not able to find them now. Hmm. Okay. So the goalkeepers that have been nominated for the goalkeeper of the year are Navas, Neuer, and Oblak. Now, personally, I think this award will go to Manuel Neuer. He literally stood out from everyone else. Jan Oblak had a decent season in the Champions League. Keylor Navas and Neuer obviously both played for the team till the final. I think Neuer will win this one. The saves he made in the final against Mbappe, Neymar, and throughout the entire competition, he has to win the goalkeeper of the year. There is, I think, Oblak is not in the conversation for me in this one. Between, like I said, Navas and Neuer, the saves that he made, extremely decisive in the final. I think that will sort of ensure that he does win the goalkeeper of the year, UEFA goalkeeper of the year. Yeah. Defenders, Bayern clean sweep, Alaba, Davies, Kimmich. Now, Kimmich for the latter part of the season, like after the lockdown, after we resumed the Champions League from the second leg of the round of 16, Kimmich played as a right back because Pavard was injured. Before that, in the group stages, he used to play as a midfielder when Pavard was playing at right back. So yeah, again, it's sort of justified in the fact that for all crucial games he played as a defender. Sorry, I think Alfonso Davies has to win this one. Again, a very it's like there were no fans in the match, but it got you off your seats. His performance against every single team, the way he runs down that left wing, very threatening. And like Abhay says very often, like I would agree, and I think most of us would agree, this man is literally a carbon copy of Marcelo during like from his prime years. Marcelo right now does not track back as much, but I mean in his prime, Marcelo was a beast, and Alfonso Davies is one right now. Personally, I would give this award to Alfonso Davies. David Alaba was decent. I mean, not just decent. He was great. Not gonna lie. Uh, but yeah, I think personally, Alfonso Davies, the way he's as for a 19-year-old to step in into the Bayern first team and make an impact like he did, I think that's amazing. So that's why I would give this award to Alfonso Davies. Midfielders: De Bruyne, Muller, Thiago Alcantara. Sorry, and this one for me will go to Thomas Muller, the Roym daughter. Roym daughter, yeah, Roym daughter. He has been fantastic again. It's like very similar to Neuer, his career trajectory. Both peaked during the 2014 World Cup era. Then they sort of declined. And then Hansi Flick, I mean, obviously Neuer had injury issues after that. आज Dortmund का कट गया. Okay, I haven't seen the score for Dortmund. It's okay. I mean, apart from Bayern Munich, there's no team that I really follow in the Bundesliga. So far, I've been watching the Everton game and the United game, so not following dot. I mean, I didn't watch the United game. I was just looking at the score. Augsburg 2. Oh damn! I mean, Augsburg aren't really that good of a team to defeat Dortmund 2-0. I remember, like, I was recording this podcast last night, and we spoke about the chances of Dortmund winning the league. If they're going to put in performances like this, does not look like they will even challenge for the league. Bayern will simply run away with the league, is what I think. So coming back to the midfielder of the year, UEFA midfielder of the year. Personally, like I said, Muller has to win it. Made the impact in all the big games for Bayern Munich, and like his contribution goes pretty unnoticed. And with Muller, I think it's like the statement I think Vincent Del Bosque made around the Euros 2000 or the 2010 World Cup to 2012 Euros during that period mostly about Sergio Busquets. He said that if you watch the game, you may not understand what Busquets does, but if you watch Busquets, you will understand what's happening in the entire game. That I think you can relate to the attacking side of Bayern Munich. If you look at Thomas Muller closely, you will really understand and be able to sort of predict what's going to happen next in the Bayern Munich attack. So yeah, Thomas Muller for the midfielder of the year. Forward: Leva, Mbappe, Neymar. I mean, if Lewandowski does not win this award, it's gonna be a huge surprise because that will also mean that he does not win the Player of the Year, which is you'd probably have to call it fixed then for sure. So Thomas Muller for the UEFA awards. UEFA Super Cup. I did not watch the game to be entirely honest. आपसे क्या झूठ बोलना है यार आप लोग से. So Bayern Munich, but I watched the highlights for sure. Bayern Munich had a great game. Sevilla, they like I don't know, they crumbled because of the press or like what they made a lot of mistakes, especially the goalkeeper. I do not remember his name, but he made. I haven't even watched the highlights. So yeah, the goalkeeper, especially the Javi Martinez goal, the header, the keeper should surely be doing better. The defenders also should be doing better. I mean, you can't have a rebound falling straight to the opposition player. You need to be much more attentive, especially inside your own box, inside the 6-yard box, guys. Come on. So yeah, that's the only bit that I wanted to talk about the Super Cup. Transfers is what excites us the most, and couple of deals that I wanted to talk about. Wouldn't want to start with United particularly, so let's start with Barcelona for a change. Now, Marca yesterday were reporting that Barca offered 15 million for Lautaro Martinez. To be honest, Ocampos deserves some serious game at national team. Truly, bro. Ocampos is so versatile, such a threat down the right hand flank or up front wherever he plays. I mean, he can play both these positions. From what I know, he can also play down the left hand flank, left hand side. So yeah, great player. Definitely should be getting some more game time for the national team. I want the window to end. So frustrating as a United fan. Sudhanshu, I would disagree there. I still feel we might get Telles in. Maybe Sancho if the board really wants to. But so I saw a statement which said like the Glazers do not want to spend money right now because they are fearing second wave of the coronavirus. And to some extent, we've seen a bit of that in the United Kingdom, especially. So I can sort of understand why they don't want to spend money because, like, United are the team that are going to suffer the highest loss in the Premier League. Obviously, because we have the biggest stadium in the Premier League, so that will cost us definitely less ticket sales. Around 177 million is the price quoted. On the other hand, from the Champions League revenue, we're going to get around 45 million, 40, 50 million something. That's just a load of bollocks. Um, okay, that's to your interpretation. See, they should be ideally spending money because they've sucked us dry. They've sucked the club dry. Used the club as a cash cow for way too long. They should be spending money, but I can sort of. It's not that I'm trying to defend them. I'm just that I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. So yeah, Barca, we got around 100 million from TV revenue, 60 million for qualifying for UCL, shirt sales, and whatnot. That is true. 100 million from TV revenue. Yeah, obviously you get a lot of TV revenue, but since the games were postponed, so all the clubs, not just United, will have to pay back all the TV broadcasters around 20-25 million each, especially the bigger teams. Smaller teams will have to pay back a much less. The amount of money will be easily above 3 million, 300 million at least. Now, I would disagree with that. Shirt sales, firstly, with fans angry with the Glazers, they might not, some of them would not want to buy shirts. Secondly, with everybody suffering pay cuts and all of that, people would be really looking to, reduce their spending. And last and most importantly, our all of our kids, all of the United kids, are too basic or too shit. The zebra, sorry, the zebra kit is one of the worst kits, if not the worst, I've seen in a very long time. I would put it alongside Barcelona's pink jersey, the third jersey that Barcelona have. Bro, the zebra kit is lit. Okay, yeah, I mean, it's pretty controversial, is what I'm saying. It's sort of very divisive. Yeah. So coming back to the transfers, Barcelona was the topic that you first started off with. So the Lion president has openly come out and said that Barca want to buy Depay, but right now they do not have the funds for him. Obviously, they've sold Semedo for around 40 million. They're going to replace him with Serginho Dest mostly, if not Dest. Max Aarons is their second option. Pretty cheap, both of these players. So yeah, they'll save a few bucks there, and that might sort of roll over to funds collected for the Depay deal. Another problem that though they face is that they've terminated Suarez's contract for around 8-9 million is what I heard last night. So again, their costs are increasing. They have one of the biggest stadiums in Europe, and like their ticket sales are suffering big time too. So and their board, obviously, the money management at the Barcelona board level is pretty bad, if not very bad. Real Madrid only looking to sell players, not buying anyone this summer. Odegaard is the only addition to their squad. with him coming back from the loan at Sociedad. Hakimi sold, Reguilon sold, James to Everton, Bale to Spurs. So they've offloaded their squad pretty well, I would say. And like they're collecting funds basically next summer for the Mbappe, Kamavinga, and Upamecano or another centre back deal next summer. So like they're going to sell a lot of players this summer. They've already sold like three, four, five. I heard that Barca were losing 5 million a day. I think that would be a bit too much. 5 million a day is like we had the lockdown for around 2 months. No, we had it in March and they started in June. So 3 months, mid March to mid June. So that would be 450 million for 3 months at 5 million a day. I think that is a wrong figure. Way too unrealistic. To be losing 440 million in 3 months is a very, very huge sum. And they're already in like 800 million pounds something of gross debt. So I do not think they'll be able to afford Lautaro Martinez at all this summer. Real Madrid looking to sell players only. Atletico sold Morata, loaned Morata out with an option to buy, and they've got obviously this guy in Luis Suarez. So great deal there. Juventus, they've made some fantastic signings in Kulusevski. I mean, obviously he's not a signing coming back from loan, pretty similar to Odegaard. Um, West McKennie, West McKennie is a great signing from what I hear from Juventus fans. And have they made any other signing? Obviously, Arthur. Yeah, Arthur is who they signed with that controversial swap deal involving Pjanic going to Barcelona. So yeah, they've made some good signings. They've added to their squad well. I think they are going to have a great season. Much, much more interesting to watch under Pirlo than under Sarri or even Allegri. Allegri was way too defensive for a team like Juventus. Players like Costa, Ronaldo, Dybala, they do not suit the boring style that Allegri played. Coming back to the Premier League now, we'll start off with Arsenal. Thomas Partey or Ovar, one of them is surely going to join Arsenal right now. From what I read from Fabrizio Romano and everywhere else, Torreira is going to be sold. Gandauzi might be sold too. So they've raised funds for Ovar or Party. Now, Fabrizio Romano came out today around a couple of hours ago and he said that Arsenal right now cannot afford Ovar totally. Personal terms are not an issue and it's only about Arsenal's willingness to pay the 60 million euro asking price. As for Thomas Partey, like I've said so many times, fixed release clause, 50 million euros. I think Arsenal will be able to afford Thomas Partey much more easily than Ovar because of the price. But again, they would totally be willing to pay 10 million euros more to get Ovar, who is much more creative and around 3, 4, maybe even 5 years younger than Thomas Partey. Spurs, and if Spurs outspend Man United, I'm making another rant video, not gonna lie at all. Apparently, they're after Skriniar, who's gonna cost 60 million. Totally a Jose Mourinho signing. United were linked to him when Jose was managing United in Jose's last season. United did not spend the money and Jose got sacked. So another great indication of Ole getting sacked would be if United do not buy any other players at all. What they'll basically want to do is save money on transfers, sack Ole mid-season, and pay him his compensation for getting sacked. That could happen. I mean, they've hung out managers to dry and then sacked managers. The board has done. They have a recurring habit of that. Coming back to Spurs, 60 million euros or 60 million pounds is the asking price for Skriniar. If they add Skriniar to the squad, they are getting Champions League football at least. Now, I'm not saying top four necessarily. Even through the Europa League route, they will build a very strong squad. And Spurs, to be honest, haven't been boring as we expected them to be under Jose Mourinho. Like, I've criticized Mourinho a lot. called their said that wingers will be wing backs under Jose, but that's not happened. Son has been flourishing at Spurs ever since Jose's arrival last season. So yeah, I mean Spurs could finish over United if they get Skriniar, and that to me is really worrying. Arsenal covered, Spurs covered, Chelsea. Uh, they've signed 7 players already. Declan Rice is next on the list, but they'll have to sell a couple of players at least before they go for Declan Rice. Man City, Koulibaly, Pau Torres, Ruben Diaz, Jimenez. These are the four main centre backs that have been linked to City. Koulibaly looks unlikely because Napoli are very much going to stick to their 75 million euro asking price. City not willing to go much above 55-60. Uh, Pau Torres, I don't think he was a first choice option anyway for Man City. Now that leaves us with Ruben Diaz and Jimenez. Jimenez right now is unfortunately recovering. I would say is recovering, not suffering, recovering from COVID-19. He contracted the virus, is what I got to know a couple of days ago. So he will not be able to pass his medical, obviously, I think. And like Atletico will ask a very high price so late into the season, into the transfer window. Ruben Diaz only centre back left for Man City. They put an offer in for Conde as well. Yeah, Conde. Uh, Again, this late into the season, considering how important Conde is for Sevilla, I do not think they might sell him. I mean, Sevilla have got big ambitions as well. I mean, to qualify for the Champions League, finish third in the Champions League group stage, then go to the Europa League, win the Europa League again. So they've got big ambitions like that. So I don't think they'll be willing to sell Conde personally. Um, yeah, Ruben Diaz looks like the most viable option for Man City right now. Asking price around 50 million euros. They can very well afford that, and is a great signing for Pep Guardiola. Guardiola. United have been linked to him multiple times, and I would be very much gutted if he joins City. And like some United fans are some not just United fans, some fans are really toxic when a player that they wanted signed for their rival club. They'll be like, "We were never in for him," and just flip flop and say the player isn't as good. When you wanted him, he was a great player. Now that your club hasn't signed him, why all of a sudden does he become a bad player? I'm not gonna do that. Obviously, because this is a neutral channel, so we have to maintain the balance. And even as a United fan, if this was a United fan channel, I would not be shitting on Ruben Diaz. Now the only big club we have left is Man United, and क्या ही बोलना यार Man United का. Now I read in the Guardian a couple of days ago that United are valuing Telles at 12 million pounds. 12 million pounds. Man United who have done F all. Well, that is right. And like Gary Neville was on point with his statement. He said, "You had 6 months since the lockdown, and the only signing you've made is Donny van de Beek. Like literally, you could have done Zoom calls or whatever platform you want to use. Get in contact with teams and like just sign the player already for next season. Now, if we have Sancho coming in or Teles coming in, there's no preseason. There is no preseason for them. They'll have to come in straight into the squad, or maybe wait for a couple of days, not days, sorry, match days for them to get integrated into the squad, and that basically will cost us a few points in the Premier League, which is not ideal at all. I mean, all these deals that clubs are doing should have been done. Clubs, as in United, should have been done long, long back. I mean, look at Chelsea. They signed Ziyech in February. Werner was done in around late June after his season got ended in the Bundesliga. Uh, Thiago Silva, Malangsar, never a problem because they are free agents. Chilwell wrapped up in before the start of the season in I think July, was it mid July, late July, something, or early August? No, not July, definitely August, I think. early to mid August they wrapped up Chilwell. Edward Mendy is a late signing definitely, but I mean it's not that goalkeepers have to really take time to settle in. They just have to do their job, save goals, kick the ball long. That's basic stuff, pretty much. So yeah, I mean all these clubs have done their transfers very quickly. I mean look at Liverpool for a fact. They signed Jota overnight. Nobody even smelt that deal coming. Nobody would have thought that Liverpool were gonna sign Jota until 1-5 moment when Fabrizio Romano or like any other journalist was like almost here we go or something along those lines, very close. And then a couple of hours later, you see they've already signed Jota. With United, it's gonna take weeks and weeks and weeks. They're gonna literally suck the joy out of that deal and then sign the player in an attempt to make in an attempt to save a few million, which we've seen does not happen. We paid over the odds for Harry Maguire. We paid the fair price for Van Bissaka, but still took 1.5 months to negotiate for him. We saved a few million bucks on Bruno Fernandes, definitely. But if it wasn't for Chelsea's poor form and Leicester's injuries, we would not have qualified for the top four. It was really close. And Dan James also took a lot of time. What are your thoughts on Lampard starting Willie seeing the goal for the match starting in 10 minutes? Uh, See, the thing is, maybe Mendy hasn't been able to get registered himself. I mean, maybe Chelsea haven't been able to register Mendy for this week's game. So I can 200% justify why they are starting Willy Caballero in goal over Kepa. I mean, Kepa is just that his career is over. No man, it's like with any player. One, not just any player, humans in fact. I'm delving into a bit of philosophy, maybe. Not really, I think. But we'll always tend to remember their bad things. Good things, you're expected to do, you're expected to put in good performances week in, week out at a club like Chelsea, who are pretty much in contention for the Premier League this season. So yeah, putting good performances, that's your job. That's what you get paid for. He sent Mendy in his presser. Okay, that I mean again, maybe he just had one training session with the team or max to max two. That is why he's not starting Mendy. But next week he'll definitely or whenever their next game is. There's no EFL Cup game next. So yeah, next week uh, he would be starting Mendy for sure. It's surprising though that Sudhanshu, you're following Chelsea's pressers. I wouldn't even follow United's. I mean, the comments that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer comes with in United press conferences is like literally bleeding the ears. I remember like in January, February time, he said that Alexis Sanchez was going to come back to United and prove all of us wrong. We all know what happened next. With the Sancho deal coming back to United's transfers, Telles deal, sorry. United value him at around 12 to 15 million FPL stock. Oh, okay, okay, okay. So yeah, around the Telles deal, United value him at around 12 to 15 million. Porto want 20 million pounds, and Alex Telles and his agent are pretty confident. I do not know how they are still confident about United completing the deal, but they are. That's what I'm reading everywhere. Ole is a brilliant liar. Uh, yeah, I mean, maybe he could give competition to Modi ji. मजाक कर रहा हूँ यार मैं भी थोड़ा मोदी फैन ही हूँ मेरी स्टोरीज देखते हो तो पता होगा. Okay, so coming back to Telles, we've covered now. Jadon Sancho. We've known for the entire year, maybe for more than 12 months, 15 months, that Dortmund want over 100 million. 100 to 110 million is what Dortmund want for Jadon Sancho. तुझे पता है, मुझे पता है, सबको पता है, मेरी मम्मी को भी पता है अब तक तो. But United just failed to understand this. They're going in with a bid of 75 million euros, 75 million pounds plus 15 million pounds in add-ons, which is literally the favorite part of Ed Woodward in a deal. Like pata nahi, maybe he gets high looking at add-ons or a clause or something. I do not know what it is with him. Just add-ons, add-ons, add-ons everywhere. I'm telling you this right now. They're gonna not accept 90 million pounds plus 15 million in add-ons. Forget this deal. Move on. Buy replacement. It's not a sign of a small club. Buying a replacement can at times be a sign of strength if the replacement is good enough. Surely not the case with United. Now I'm gonna make this really witty comment. I think I hope you guys will like it as well about the Man United Brighton game. So, Man United switched to a back five after being in the lead 2-1. Like Sudhanshu pointed out in the group chat that I have with my friends, we've seen this at Sheffield and at Southampton. We switched to a back five after a comeback and we concede late goals. Happened again today, and I want to tell this to all you fans and to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, just pretending that he's going to watch this stream. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer shifts to the back five and we concede a goal instead of holding the lead. Just because he's been on incognito, overlooking how bad we are with a back five, that does not mean history won't repeat itself. I think that was pretty witty comment. Just let me know in the chat if it's failed or if it's worked. Sorry, I've just ruined it totally. But like basically the point is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer needs to understand that he has been overlooking the fact that we are absolutely boring and not solid defensively with a back five. Stop doing that, please. All right. Just 5 minutes to go for the Chelsea game. So, any questions in the chat, I'll take them. We'll quickly answer them and just call it a day for this live stream so we can all watch the Chelsea match in peace. It's going to be very interesting to see how they are going to perform against their opponents. 5 people watching. Anyone in the chat with some question or anything or any comment? I'm just also looking at the. So yeah, we also have the Liverpool Arsenal game tomorrow. So I want to know you guys what you are predicting for that match. Liverpool Arsenal predictions in the live chat. Please, please, please. I honestly think that Klopp will. It's sort of Klopp is very. I wouldn't say adamant with his tactics, but he sticks to his tactics usually. He's not one of those managers who's gonna prepare a lot differently. Like looking at Pep or Arteta. So like I have a feeling that this match will be a draw. I'm looking at the ooh Liverpool 4-2 victory. Okay, interesting. Chelsea's formation is pretty weird. It's a sort of a 4-2-2 with two midfielders and two strikers and two attacking midfielders who are sort of wide attacking midfielders, Mount and Havertz. What this could be is that Mount plays left wing, Havertz plays as a right winger. No, Havertz plays in the 10, Werner right wing. Can he play right wing? I do not really know. Liverpool 4-2. Anybody else wants to predict their scores for Liverpool versus Arsenal? Okay. Lampard loves Mason Mount. Lampard loves Mason Mount like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer loves Victor Lindelof. Or maybe even David De Gea. Ole has too many favorites in that squad. That is the problem. Mason Mount, pretty crap as in Lindelof or Mason Mount. Mason Mount is decent. I wouldn't say he's crap, but I do not think he deserves all the game time that he's getting at Chelsea, with especially Pulisic, Havertz, Ziyech, a very potent three behind behind Timo Werner. So I do not think Mason Mount should be getting the playtime that he gets. He's, I mean, being overplayed. Bruno Lindelof is miles better than Bay. Dude, Bay, whatever you want to call him, I think as a partner to Maguire is much better because like you want someone with pace and I can convince you. Okay, we'll have a separate debate for that maybe. There are actually quite a few things that a lot of us would disagree on. Like I had this Bale conversation with a lot of people. I mean, it was literally a debate on the chat. So I am thinking of something along the lines of a debate series or something on this channel. So just gonna pop that video up randomly sometime. So yeah, 21:58 right now. I'll just end this stream here. Thank you to everyone who's watching till the very end. Thank you, Sudhanshu, for like joining in from the beginning and like staying till the end. Thank you so much, people. Pretty decent live stream. Just wanted to try one out. Man, think he's Johan Cruyff. It has... Yeah, I mean he can get a bit clumsy inside the box. We've seen that Cruyff Tony did against Chelsea. I think he's. I mean he is a bit reckless on the ball, but it's okay. I mean if he's doing it correctly, that's not a problem. When he makes a mistake and that's going to cost us a goal, we can all shout on, I mean, troll him or what, blame him then. So, people, that's the end of the stream. Thank you so much. I'll just end this here. Great one, guys. Thank you.